The latest in the Adam Levine saga. Yes, I have been following the story very closely. I'm not sure that I've ever listened to more than one Adam Levine song. He was the guy from Maroon 5, and there was that one song that was on the radio all the time. But I don't follow this guy very closely. And the long and short of it is he cheated on his wife, apparently. And the women that he allegedly cheated with are releasing all these DMs, and they're really, really lame. I bring up the story not to scold Adam Levine even for doing a bad thing, though he did do a very bad thing. Not to even shame the women for sleeping with a married man, which is very bad, and they shouldn't have done that. I bring up the story to just point out how lame this whole thing is. The texters, oh, you're so effing beautiful, you're so effing hot, oh my gosh, he sounds like a weird, randy 12-year-old boy. And this is an adult with many, many millions of dollars, with a family, with kids, with another kid on the way. He's, oh wow, you're so effing hot. And if you've ever been tempted to cheat on your wife, or if you're being tempted right now to cheat on your wife, and you're not persuaded to avoid doing that because of God, because of morality, because of your vows that you took to your wife, at least consider this. Don't cheat on your wife because of how freaking lame you're going to look. Oh my gosh. And the thing that is boggling everybody's mind about this too is that this guy who, okay, yeah, rock star cheats on his wife. Wow, never heard that story before. I think it's the texting of it all that is what's so weird about it. That this guy is sitting in his room at night like, ooh, tee-hee-hee, I'm going to send naughty little texts to these random women on Instagram. Like, bro, that is so sad and lame. But why is he doing it? And if the story is true that he did cheat on his wife, how did that come about? He's doing it because of something that we all fall into, which is we believe that the online world isn't real. It's not real. Twitter's not real. Porn isn't real. The flirty text messages, the sort of lame text messages with these Instagram models, that's not real. That's just the virtual life. It's kind of whatever. You're just doing it on your phone in the dark with the blinds closed. It's okay. Then you're going to go back out into your real life. But it is real. And it bleeds over into your real physical life, obviously. There's a huge misconception, I think, in our culture, because we have a view of the mind and virtue and the soul that suggests that we just need to blow off steam sometimes. You say, oh, okay, I'm just going to go, well, porn would be a great example, actually. I'm just going to blow off a little steam. I'm going to look at porn, but that's going to tame down my passions, and so I'm not going to go cheat on my wife. But it's sort of the opposite is true. It actually just excites your lust. Virtue and vice are just habits. And so the more you do of those things, the more you're going to do of them. And the more radically you're going to express those things. And this is especially true in the online to real world divide. If you take gambling, for instance. If you start gambling online and you just play some of these little games, then you say, oh, it's just fun. There's no real money involved. There's no real stakes. Very often that turns into a full-blown gambling addiction. And people lose real money, even though it seems like it's just in this virtual world. Countless stories of people who download these stupid little games where it's little colored blocks falling, and then they end up losing lots and lots of money, tens of thousands of dollars sometimes. Because the online world, the online life really does matter. Right now, you got to go to establishedtitles.com/Knowles, because I tell you, there was a period when I felt like I wasn't getting no respect. No respect, I tell you. And then that all changed thanks to Established Titles. Now, I am Lord Michael Knowles, and you can be a lord or a lady as well. You can get the respect that you deserve. All you need is a 1 square foot plot of land in Scotland. Established Titles is a project based on an historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, or lords and ladies in English. In your title pack, you will be bestowed with at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, plus an official certificate with a crest. Your certificate features a unique plot number with which you can see the exact location of your land. Title packs from Established Titles are a fun and unique gift for any occasion. There are even couple packs, because you don't want to be a lord and then your poor wife doesn't get to be a lady. With your certificate, you could officially add the prefix lord or lady to your credit cards, plane tickets, even your dating profiles. Plus, Established Titles commits to preserving the woodlands not only in Scotland, but around the planet.
They've got partnerships with global charities like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to help with our afforestation efforts. And for every order they receive, a tree is planted. Established Titles told me, get this, the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my exclusive link will receive a plot within a few walking minutes of mine. That's right. So depending on how many of you want to become a lord or a lady, we can build our own kingdom. And that will be wonderful, and it will be run with an iron fist. Established Titles is actually running a massive sale right now. If you use code Knowles, you'll get on top of that an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/Knowles. Get your gifts right now and help support the channel.
Huge shocking news from the conservative on The View. You know the conservative on The View? The View, that group of cackling hens, The View has always a conservative, and the conservative usually is not a conservative. Usually the conservative is a Democrat who pretends to be a conservative. But now the Democrat who pretends to be a conservative on The View is saying that she might vote for a Democrat.
Is it time for a third party?
I think it might be, because I think that the way the parties are structured now in the primary system, we don't elect the most qualified people. We elect the people who cater the most to the base, which is the minority of both parties, rather than people who are most likely to want to get things done, to work across the aisle. I'll say this, I agree about halfway with Liz Cheney. I will full stop never support an election denier. I still want to work from within with the Republican Party. I believe politics is cyclical, and the Donald Trump moment, which has consumed all of us for so long, will eventually come to an end, and I hope to influence the party from within. The Donald Trump Party is not a conservative party. It's a populist, nationalist, right-wing party that I have about as much in common with as I do Bernie Sanders. But I want to get back to something where we are pro-free trade, pro-globalization, for legal immigration into the country, securing the border, but with legal immigration, and that's just not where we are now. As far as supporting Democrats, I'd be open to it on a case-by-case basis. I'd have to look at their policies. And that's kind of where I am.
That's where I am. Look, I'm a conservative. Look, Donald Trump, he's not conservative because he wants to conserve things, you know, and he believes in, he's a right-wing person, but I'm not. I'm a conservative, and what do I support? I support things like free trade. I support things like mass migration. I support things, she goes down the list. She's presenting herself not as a conservative, she's presenting herself as a Bill Clinton Democrat. She's saying, you know, like a conservative, like Bill Clinton. And he's like, no, lady, that Donald Trump is much, much more conservative than you are. Of course. I mean, Hillary might be more conservative than that lady is. It's all just so fake. And listening to that, I sort of sympathize with her, because maybe in the 90s or sometime in the 2000s, that might have been what the squishy conservatives dominated the party, and that might have been what they thought conservatism was. Just cut taxes, flood the country with foreigners, and did I mention cutting taxes? Yeah, cut taxes and have free trade and globalism. That's what people thought it was. And now, in large part thanks to Donald Trump, conservatives are waking up and saying, no, actually, conservatism is deeper than just the policies of Bill Clinton, okay? With more like gay stuff. The policies of Bill Clinton with more rainbow flags. That actually, conservatism runs a little bit deeper than that. We're kind of going back to a tradition that is much deeper and much more serious. And so in that moment, the squishes in the middle, the Alyssa Farah people, really all of us, we're saying, what does it even mean? What does it mean to be a conservative? What does it mean to be an American patriot? And that's why we're all stuck on this question. What the hell am I supposed to think about Edward Snowden? You know, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You do not want to miss it. If you are a member, we are going to be getting to fake headlines today. I know it's Woke Wednesday. We're supposed to get to a woke commercial or woke viral video, but I'm on the road, so we're going to swap it this week. Okay, we're going to do the fake headlines. You've got to see if you can guess which headline is fake. Obviously, we'll be chatting with you in the Daily Wire member chat. If you're not already a member, all right, head on over, click the link in the description, and join us.